turnover.
I know, but then Grant Williams hit a
hurt him.
shot in his face. Bears Commanders.
But Shingun was great.
This was billed as a Rookie of the Year showdown, but with Jayden nursing some sore ribs, it might be a battle of Pac-12 Heisman Trophy winners. Caleb versus Marcus Mariota. Here's Caleb on any budding rivalry with Jayden.
Like I said, happy for him, and great to see him balling out.
You embrace the storylines, though. You're going home. It's 1 against 2 in the draft. Do you get into that, or do you?
No. My job is to go win games on Thursdays, Sundays, and Mondays. So that's it.
Offensive Rookie of the Year odds, Jayden's still number 1, then Caleb, then Malik. Is it fair if Caleb, your guy, becomes the Rookie of the Year favorite if Jayden is out?
It's the definition of fair. Though if he plays well, the single most important thing for every quarterback in this league is to be available. It's the single most important thing.
That's any player.
Here's I guess the slight caveat I would say. I would say quarterbacks in particular almost have an obligation to not fight for the extra yard and do those things to preserve their body, because you're not starting multiple receivers. You're not it is your starting quarterback, and because the best quarterbacks in history all have one thing in common. It's like, oh, he played every game for 7 years. He played every game for. So I agree. Of course, you're right about every position, but I think it's particularly important for the quarterback spot. And then you add to it that even with Jayden playing, it's a closer race than people think. Over the course of the season, we can show you the numbers. They are obviously in Jayden's favor, even though the total touchdowns closer than you think, the total yards per game is probably closer than you think. But then one guy is trending in one direction, the other guy's trending in the other. Since week 3, which is half the season, Caleb's playing his best football. Jayden's still playing excellent, but Caleb's been better. And if he misses time, then obviously it's fair for Caleb to take over Rookie of the Year. Obviously.
I think it's fair if Caleb plays well. Like if Caleb goes out Sunday and plays a great game, the 4th game over 100, a 4th straight game over 100 passer rating, I'm fine with it because availability is big. I'm fine if he moves ahead, if he plays well. Now, if he plays poorly, or even if they win, but he, doesn't have a good game, maybe has no touchdowns, 1 interception, I don't think you move him ahead just because, he at least played. But yeah, if he plays well, he has been rolling, obviously. I got no problem with it.
Yeah, look, injuries are a part of the game. So you can't stop playing or stop rewarding a guy who is available and able to play at a high level because the other guy isn't. Like, guys lose jobs because of injuries, and the game continues to be played. So, I mean, if Caleb goes out there and plays well, I'm with you guys. Yes, and he's deserving of it, of course, because when he was playing bad, which is a part of games as well, we were handing it over to Jayden immediately. So, I mean, if he's not available, that's on
anybody else in the mix.
Okay, no, we're not talking about anyone else. Okay. Listen, if Jayden continues to be out, then absolutely, right? But him being down 1 game, and then if Caleb plays well or great, that he now automatically surpasses Jayden Daniels, that is absurd and is just not true, okay? And before you go off and say that I'm a Chicago Bears hater or a Caleb hater, let me just start off real fast and show you this. This is my channel. This is my videos. I have over 100 videos. Because I got Chicago Bears fans now saying that I'm a hater of Caleb and the Chicago Bears. I have over 100, I counted, Chicago Bears videos talking about how I think that Caleb Williams is going to be great. I defended Caleb over those first few weeks when he was playing poorly, which people also yelled at me for and said I was making excuses for him. I said I was one of the only few people who said that I believe that the Chicago Bears will make the playoffs. So if you want to call me a hater of the Chicago Bears, you are so confused. It's comically absurd. I mean, it just keeps going and going and going. These are all Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams videos. So let's just squash that narrative right off the jump, okay? Now, let's get to the more reality. Here is the honest reality. Jayden Daniels is ranked, because if we want to use stats, if we don't even just want to use film, we just want to use stats, because that's what a lot of people want to use, and that's what Nick Wright just tried to elevate, right? Highlight. Well, then we're going to use the best stats out there. We're going to use PFF's advanced analytics. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And right now, Jayden Daniels is the 3rd highest quarterback. He's an actual MVP candidate. Okay, he has a worse offense than what Caleb Williams has. That's not even up for debate in terms of weapons. Now, I think Cliff Kingsbury is a better coordinator than Shane Waldron, so, take that for what you will. But Jayden Daniels is 83.4, just under Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, which is insane. Okay, where is Caleb? Caleb is all the way down to 23. Okay, he's next to Deshaun Watson, Bo Nix, Jacoby Brissett, Matthew Stafford, and Gardner Minshew. Okay, he's ranked 63.1. So this idea that Jayden Daniels is just shouldn't be favored is insane. I mean, it really is. He's got 107 passer rating to Caleb's 88.7, 83 first downs to, let's see, hold on. Yeah, 83 first downs to Caleb's 70. I mean, we can go through all these numbers. I'm not going to waste the time, honestly. Go look at it yourself. But I mean, this idea is just, honestly, just kind of absurd to me, and actually really kind of insulting to what Jayden Daniels has been able to do. And I got more for you, okay? Here we go. If you just want to look at accuracy, here is Jayden Daniels and Caleb Williams, okay? Jayden Daniels, let's see if I can get it better here. Jayden Daniels, 83.7% of his targets of his throws are on target. Caleb is 72. Bad throw percentage, only 12% of Jayden Daniels' throws are off target, are bad throws. 22.6% for Caleb Williams. So, I mean, what Jayden Daniels has done is he's had one of the best 4 or 5 games of any quarterback, not just rookies, right? His completion percentage is through the roof. And before you want to say, oh, well, he's doing a college offense, dink and dunk. No, he's not. Like, what are we talking about? That also does not make sense. Here we have completed air yards per pass attempt. Caleb Williams, 2.9. So this is the average depth of target, okay? Caleb Williams is throwing way shorter passes. Way shorter. Caleb actually has more yards after catch from his receivers than Jayden. So in terms of, if we want to take away, let's see if I can get where it's all the players. Jayden Daniels is ranked 8th right now for lowest. For highest, excuse me. Whereas Caleb is near the bottom. So that means that essentially Caleb is throwing shorter passes per completion. Now, Caleb is actually slightly higher for intended air yards per pass attempt, but they're not being completed. That's the difference. They're not actually being completed. So it doesn't really do you any good if they're not actually completed. But no matter how you slice it, that's the way it's shaping up. So no. I'm sorry. Jayden Daniels is having a better year by every metric. And if Nick wants to go ahead and say, hold on, let me bring this up. And so if you want to use, those last 3 weeks or whatever, right, from week 4 onward, again, look at who the Commanders played versus who the Chicago Bears played, okay? Because the Bears played the Panthers, Jags, and Rams, okay? The Panthers according to PFF, have the 32nd ranked defense. Okay? The 32nd is a little bit harder to see. I can't really zoom in because it can't go to the bottom. You'll have to just take my word for it. The 32nd ranked team, the Jags have the 19th, and the Rams have 21, which you can see there. Okay? Whereas Jayden Daniels had to face the Cleveland Browns that have the 5th ranked defense and the Baltimore Ravens that have the 7th. Now, they absolutely face the Cardinals who have, again, you can't see, but the 28th. So, again, Jayden Daniels had to go up against two defenses that were 5-7 and 28, whereas Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears went up against the 32nd, 19th, and 21st ranked defense. And Jayden Daniels, because some of those numbers are also lowered for Jayden because he didn't even finish the game because they were beating the Browns by so much that he didn't even finish that game. So again, it just no matter how you want to slice it, if you don't want to use actual film and what it means, because again, Caleb has way more to work with. Caleb also, if you want to look at this, has a better defense. So he's getting better field position, more complementary football. Where are the Chicago Bears here in terms of their defense? They're ranked 4. Okay, 4. It's wild. 4. The Washington Commanders are 27. They're a bottom defensive team. So again, what Jayden Daniels has to do to win games is so much more significant than what Caleb Williams is. That's why Jayden Daniels is actually in the MVP conversation, not just Rookie of the Year. After the last few games for Caleb Williams, nobody was talking about is he the MVP. Not one person brought that up. But what Jayden Daniels has been doing, he's literally an MVP candidate. So it's just not true. It's just not true. And again, don't come at me and say that I'm a Caleb Williams hater. I think both these quarterbacks will be great. I've already showed you my YouTube channel showing you the endless amount of videos that I have talking up Caleb and the Chicago Bears. So this is not me saying that Caleb Williams is trash, or this is not me saying that Caleb Williams is going to have a worse career than Jayden Daniels. That's not at all what I'm saying. I think both these quarterbacks are going to have awesome careers, and I'm so excited for them to continue to play each other because I think it's going to be box office. It's going to be fun. It's going to be can't-miss TV. It's going to be the next evolution of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. It's going to be Jayden Daniels, Caleb Williams. Right? We add 2 more quarterbacks to these fun matchups who will potentially also be, duking it out in NFC championship games and stuff, or just the playoffs at the very least. That's exciting. That's fun. So I think I am very high on both these guys. So this isn't to say that Jayden Daniels is amazing and Caleb Williams is trash. It's not what this is. But we have to also be in reality. Jayden Daniels is playing better than Caleb Williams. Significantly better, with less, and against better teams. You can't make that argument for the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams. You just can't. So, can he get Rookie of the Year this year? Absolutely. Can he overcome and become the favorite? Absolutely. But it's going to take more than what he's doing right now. Or Jayden Daniels has to be out for a long time. But we got to be consistent here. Right? It's like people who are trying to act like Patrick Mahomes is the MVP this year, even though he hasn't been playing good, which I've called out. We got to be consistent. Jayden Daniels right now is the Rookie of the Year favorite, an MVP candidate. He's missing 1 game seemingly. That does not mean that you automatically now fall from grace. That is absurd. That is absurd. This isn't Mahomes Mountain. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Caleb Williams and Jayden Daniels, this budding rivalry, and who should become the Rookie of the Year favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.